Imagine waking up one morning to find your entire life erased. Your bank accounts frozen, your identity stolen, and your face plastered across international news as a wanted criminal. That's exactly what happened to Mark Hoffman, an innocent software engineer framed by the CIA during Operation Gladio B. Founded in 1947 under President Truman, the Central Intelligence Agency was created to counter Soviet espionage during the Cold War. But it quickly evolved into something far more sinister, a global puppet master pulling strings behind coups, assassinations, and covert wars. Take Operation MK Ultra, for instance. This clandestine program experimented with mind control using LSD on unsuspecting citizens, leaving some permanently damaged or dead. Or consider Operation Ajax, where the CIA orchestrated the overthrow of Iran's democratically elected leader Mohammad Mossadegh to install a pro-Western dictator. Their deadliest tool? Black sites, secret prisons where detainees were subjected to enhanced interrogation techniques like waterboarding, sleep deprivation, and sensory overload. But perhaps their most chilling legacy is their ability to erase history itself. Files are shredded, witnesses silenced, and entire operations buried so deeply they may never see the light of day. The question remains, how many wars have been fought, not for freedom, but for profit?
What if every word you spoke was recorded, analyzed, and used against you decades later? For millions living under Soviet rule, this wasn't paranoia, it was reality. Meet Natalia Ivanova, a young journalist whose articles criticizing the government mysteriously disappeared, along with her. The Komitet Gosudarstvenoi Bezopasnosti, or KGB, founded in 1954, became synonymous with fear. Agents infiltrated every level of society, from schools to factories, ensuring loyalty through surveillance, blackmail, and brutality. Their infamous Lubyanka prison housed countless dissidents who vanished without a trace. One of their boldest operations was Operation Infection, which spread disinformation about AIDS being a US-created bioweapon. This conspiracy theory still haunts public discourse today. Another shocking revelation came from the Mitrokhin archive, detailing how the KGB funded leftist movements worldwide while orchestrating political assassinations. Even after the fall of the USSR, its successor, the FSB, continues these traditions. Think poisoning opponents like Alexander Litvinenko with radioactive polonium or hacking elections globally. To them, no target is off limits.
Picture this. You're dining at a luxury hotel when suddenly a waiter approaches your table, not with food, but with a syringe filled with sarin gas. You don't even realize you've been poisoned until it's too late. Welcome to the world of Mossad. Established in 1949, Israel's Institute for Intelligence and Special Operations has earned a reputation for precision and ruthlessness. One of their most notorious missions was Operation Wrath of God, launched after the Munich massacre of 1972. Over several years, Mossad hunted down and eliminated key members of Black September, often staging elaborate ruses to get close to their targets. Their creativity knows no bounds. In 2010, Mahmoud al-Mabou, a Hamas operative, was strangled inside his Dubai hotel room by agents disguised as tennis players. Even more shocking? They planted explosives in fax machines destined for Hezbollah offices, turning office equipment into deadly weapons. Yet Mossad isn't just about violence, they excel at psychological warfare. Imagine receiving a letter laced with anthrax or finding a USB drive that erases your hard drive upon insertion. Every move is calculated, every strike surgical.
Would you believe that one man's betrayal could alter the course of history? Kim Philby, a double agent working for both MI6 and the KGB, single-handedly compromised hundreds of British operatives during the Cold War. Officially known as the Secret Intelligence Service, or SIS, MI6 dates back to 1909. While James Bond might glamorize their work, the truth is far darker. During World War II, MI6 played a pivotal role in Operation Mincemeat, where they dropped a corpse carrying fake documents to mislead Nazi Germany about Allied invasion plans. Post-war, however, things took a sinister turn. Project Artichoke involved testing LSD on prisoners to determine whether brainwashing was possible. Meanwhile, Operation Sandline revealed MI6's involvement in arming rebel groups in Sierra Leone, fueling civil war for profit. Today, whispers persist about their role in cyber warfare and drone strikes targeting civilians. With billions in funding and unparalleled access to global networks, MI6 operates in the shadows, shaping geopolitics without ever stepping into the spotlight.
Ever wondered why hackers always seem one step ahead? Blame the GRU. These military intelligence officers aren't content with traditional espionage. They prefer chaos. Formed in 1918, the GRU specializes in sabotage, assassination, and cyber warfare. Remember the NotPetya cyber attack in 2017? It crippled hospitals, banks, and shipping companies worldwide, causing billions in damages, all traced back to the GRU. Their tactics are brutal. In 2018, Sergei Skripal, a former Russian spy, was nearly killed when GRU operatives smeared Novichok nerve agent on his doorknob. Even pets weren't spared. And let's not forget their meddling in the 2016 US presidential election, where fake news campaigns sowed division among voters. But their scariest operation? The Wagner Group, a private mercenary force linked to the GRU that fights proxy wars in Syria, Ukraine, and Africa. Entire villages have been wiped out under their command, all while denying any connection to Moscow. How far would you go to protect your country? Far enough to sink a Greenpeace ship and kill an innocent photographer? That's exactly what France's Directorate General for External Security, or DGSE, did in 1985 during Operation Satanique. Founded in 1944, the DGSE operates with ruthless efficiency. Their Rainbow Warrior scandal exposed their willingness to use violence against environmental activists, yet their reach extends beyond domestic interests. During the Cold War, they intercepted Soviet communications and smuggled nuclear secrets out of Eastern Europe. More recently, they've been accused of planting listening devices in African embassies to monitor trade deals. Their training regimen is legendary. Recruits endure months of physical and psychological torture, ensuring only the strongest survive. Once operational, agents are expected to blend seamlessly into foreign cultures, adopting new identities overnight. To the DGSE, loyalty means everything, and failure is not an option. Your smart TV records your conversations, your phone tracks your location, and your email? It's probably already flagged by China's Ministry of State Security, MSS. Since its creation in 1983, the MSS has become the backbone of Beijing's authoritarian regime. Unlike Western agencies, they focus heavily on economic espionage, stealing intellectual property worth trillions annually. Companies like Huawei have been accused of acting as MSS proxies, embedding spyware into products sold worldwide. Their human intelligence network is equally terrifying. Dissidents abroad are routinely harassed, kidnapped, or murdered. Journalists reporting on sensitive topics receive threatening messages, or worse. Perhaps their most audacious act was exposing Edward Snowden, whose leaks revealed global surveillance programs. Instead of condemning such practices, the MSS embraced them, perfecting technologies that now monitor over 1 billion citizens via facial recognition and AI algorithms. Who controls terrorism better than those who fund it? Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence, or ISI, has long walked a tightrope between ally and adversary. Established in 1948, the ISI gained infamy during the Afghan-Soviet War, funneling U.S. funds to Mujahideen fighters, including Osama bin Laden. Decades later, they turned a blind eye to Taliban safe havens within Pakistan, destabilizing the region further. Domestically, they suppressed dissent through kidnappings and extrajudicial killings. Journalists critical of the government frequently disappear, resurfacing weeks later, if at all. Their ties to extremist groups remain contentious. Critics argue the ISI uses terror as a bargaining chip, leveraging chaos to maintain influence. Whether friend or foe, one thing is certain: trust them at your peril. Think spies rely solely on gadgets and disguises? Think again. Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, or SVR, thrives on patience and precision. Split from the KGB in 1991, the SVR focuses on foreign intelligence gathering. Their most brazen operation? The Illegals program, where deep cover agents lived undetected in the United States for decades. Anna Chapman, one such operative, became a media sensation after her arrest in 2010. They also excel at cyber espionage. The SolarWinds hack in 2020 granted them access to sensitive data from major corporations and government agencies alike. No firewall can stop them, no encryption is unbreakable. With billions invested in cutting-edge tech, the SVR represents the future of spying, silent, invisible, and utterly devastating. When diplomacy fails, India turns to its Research and Analysis Wing, or RAW. Established in 1968, RAW has waged covert wars against Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even Sri Lanka. Their boldest mission? Operation Smiling Buddha, where RAW allegedly stole blueprints for nuclear weapons from Western allies. Another triumph came during the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, when RAW operatives trained guerrilla fighters to secure independence. Yet controversy surrounds them. Critics accuse RAW of sponsoring insurgent groups in neighboring countries, destabilizing entire regions. Others point to assassinations carried out under false pretenses, eliminating enemies of the state. To RAW, patriotism justifies all means, even if it leaves blood-stained hands in its wake. These 10 agencies represent the pinnacle of power and danger in the shadowy world of intelligence. Each has shaped history, toppled regimes, and rewritten the rules of warfare. But remember, the next time you hear a knock at your door, ask yourself, could it be one of them? After all, the most dangerous secrets are the ones you'll